I just dread to think what they'll look like.
Perfect.
Hello there broski, Erkin here with another edition of Buy or Buy. And if you're new here, this is the life of a broski and I bring you sneaker reviews just like this one. So if that's your kind of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And on today's episode, I am reviewing the Air Max 95 Recycled Pack. And yes broskies, we are going to look at the box before we talk about the sneaker. Now this box is just like the rest of the recycled pack, and of course the Flyknit 2020s and the Space Hippie pack. Now it's got all the jargon that Nike claim they want to go through the zero carbon footprint when producing their products. It's also got the move to zero branding and jargon on this side, the product information on here, and that's pretty much it. Inside of course there's no sneakers because they're somewhere here. No tissue, no stuffing, just the sneakers. So that's it. Now that's out of the way, let's talk about these sneakers. Now I have recently reviewed a couple Air Max 95s and they are right up there in terms of my favorite Air Max sneakers. So I thought the recycled pack had some bangers in there. The ones that really caught my eye was the Air Max 90, the Air Force 1, and of course these 95s. Now I have done the review to the Air Force 1 and the Air Max 90 I was actually going to review, but broskies, you'll never guess what. The sneakers I ordered actually got delivered to somewhere else. So there was a big dispute with me and the retailer that I bought from. And I'm not going to mention any names because it wasn't their fault. But after a couple weeks of humming and hawing, I got a refund and I might actually get them in the studio to review. But it's a shame because I wanted to review them all together. And even these 95s, these were about a week late from when I ordered them. But we don't cry over spilt milk over here, we just drink it. Now these do retail for £150 here in the UK. And if you are looking to cop a pair, I will leave some affiliate links down below. Now this sneaker being of course from the recycled canvas pack, and Nike claim that this is made from at least 20% recycled materials. Now this vast grey, barely vault and bright crimson colorway has got these different shades of color on these layers to the Air Max 95. Now I've mentioned this before, but the Air Max 95 was inspired by the human body. So that's of course why we have all these layers to the overlays and these different shades of color. Now one thing to note, these recycled materials are a lot more stiffer than your average Air Max 95. But the different shades range from this blue teal, this dark maroon aubergine color, this dark green borderline yellow, and this dark shade of orange. And right to the back of that is that barely vault Nike swoosh, and on the inside of that is of course stitched in white. Now the main underlay to this sneaker is grey, and going to the toe guard is that darker shade of grey. Going to the lace holes is your conventional Air Max 95 setup in that light grey, and that synthetic leather panel that holds the laces down is of course coloured in white. Now the laces do come in white also, and the tongue is coloured in that dark shade of grey. Now the Air Max 95 badge is a mixture between that barely vault colourway and white, and on the inside of the tongue and indeed the collar is that white colourway. Now this is the traditional Air Max 95 midsole that comes in this white colour, and the separated air unit is coloured in that barely vault. And going to the outsole in that light blue colour is again that traditional Air Max 95 waffle design. So broskies, there you have it. The first look at this Air Max 95 recycled pack. And I am actually very torn. I'm torn because in my opinion, they do look a lot better than they feel. The reason I'm saying that is because of the materials on the upper. The recycled materials just make this feel very stiff and rigid. But broskies, when it comes to the sizing of this sneaker, I got my normal size 9 UK and they fit true to size. Now the comfort on this sneaker, I was actually expecting a very different feel just because of the drastic change in the materials used all across the upper. And it's sad to see that this makes this sneaker feel very, very stiff. Now I know this sneaker may just take some getting used to, and after you wear them for a week or two, most likely they'd be just fine. But if you're like me, broskies, spending 150 quid on a pair of sneakers, you want to get the most for your money. I feel like they could have used lighter materials and maybe just thrown in a mesh panel just to ease the feeling. But when it comes to the comfort of this sneaker, I have to give a 7.5. Now again, breathability is something I was really worried about, just because of the heavy feel to this upper. But in all honesty, comparing it to the likes of the DNA pack, it's actually not that bad. It does have a lot of room for improvement, but if you're wearing these on a hot summer's day, you could actually manage. So out of 10 for breathability, I am gonna give an 8. So this Air Max 95 recycled canvas, is it worth that price tag? And are these a buy or a buy? Now broskies, in my opinion, the Air Max 95 Essential Pack is probably the best looking and the best in terms of the on-foot feel. And I feel this recycled pack just tries a little bit too hard, especially on this Air Max 95. The Air Force One just hit the nail on the head in terms of keeping it traditional, but changing it just enough to make it feel like its own sneaker. And I feel like this recycled pack to the Air Max 95 just tries a bit too hard to make it different and also trying to keep its roots. But for me, it just does neither of those. And I'm just thinking now, imagine you're out and about and it starts raining. The recycled materials on the upper, I just dread to think what they'll look like, let alone smell like. And that is not the problem I want when I'm spending £150. So as much as I love the idea by the recycled materials used on sneakers, and as much as I love the Air Max 95, I'm gonna have to give this one a buy. But broskies, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Are you a fan of this sneaker, or is this a total miss? Leave all your comments down below, and of course I will be pinning the best one. Anyways broskies, that's enough from me. I do hope you liked this video, and of course don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and of course until the next episode, take care.